Every machine needs a power source, but whether it's a small electric motor or a massive turbine, that source usually produces raw, continuous spinning motion. And on its own, that unending rotation isn't always helpful. Think about the windshield wipers on a car. You don't want them spinning in full circles. You need them swiping precisely back and forth across the glass. This is where kinematics comes in. It's the branch of engineering that studies how things move, focusing entirely on the geometry of motion itself, without worrying about the forces that actually generate it. To translate raw power into the exact movement we need, engineers build mechanisms. A mechanism is an assembly of rigid parts connected together to transform one type of motion into another. Without these rigid assemblies to mediate the power, modern machinery would simply be stuck spinning in place, completely unable to perform specific directional tasks. The oldest and most common mechanism engineers use to transfer that rotation from one shaft to another is the gear. At its core, it's just a toothed wheel that meshes with another wheel. When two gears connect, their relationship is governed by the gear ratio. We find this mathematical relationship by simply counting the number of teeth on the driving gear and comparing it to the driven gear. If a small gear drives a larger one, the larger wheel turns slower. But in exchange for that lost speed, it multiplies the torque, the twisting force. This is exactly how a low gear gives a car enough power to climb a steep hill. We can swap these roles for high-speed applications. If a large gear drives a smaller one, you sacrifice torque, but the small gear spins incredibly fast, perfect for tools like a power drill. By simply altering the diameter of a toothed wheel, engineers can instantly mathematically tune a machine's power and speed to match its exact environment. The basic spur gear has straight teeth, but you'll often see helical gears, which have angled teeth. Because these diagonal teeth engage gradually, they run much more smoothly and quietly, making them the standard choice inside passenger car transmissions. If the rotational motion needs to turn a corner, we use bevel gears. These are shaped like cones, allowing them to take rotational power and instantly redirect it by 90 degrees, which is how a car's drive shaft turns the wheels. Sometimes a single pair of gears can't provide enough mechanical advantage. Instead of building one massive heavy gear, engineers chain multiple pairs together to create a gear train, achieving huge reductions in speed or massive increases in torque in a small physical footprint. To save even more space, they use the planetary or epicyclic gear set. This design features a central sun gear surrounded by smaller planet gears, all held inside an outer ring gear. By locking different parts of this planetary system, you can extract multiple gear ratios from a single, highly compact unit. It's an incredibly efficient way to package linear engine power into the tight confines of modern automatic transmissions and electric vehicle drivetrains. But what if a machine requires an output that isn't a circle? To break away from purely rotational movement, engineers use linkages, systems of rigid bars connected by pivoting joints. The 4-bar linkage is a foundational example. By carefully adjusting the lengths of 4 connected bars, a simple spinning input is translated into a highly complex, non-circular sweeping path at the output joint. A specific variation, called the crank slider mechanism, takes this a step further. It converts rotation into pure back-and-forth linear motion. This is exactly how the spinning crankshaft drives the pistons up and down inside an engine block. When linkages take up too much room, engineers rely on cams. A cam is a uniquely shaped asymmetrical rotating profile that physically pushes against a follower component, creating a precise, perfectly repeatable motion profile based entirely on its shape. Inside an engine, a camshaft relies on this exact principle. The lobes on the spinning shaft are shaped to physically push the intake and exhaust valves open at exactly the right millisecond. Whether it's a 4-bar linkage or a rotating cam, these are the essential mechanical translators. They take continuous rotational power and turn it into distinct, synchronized actions in the real world. Building these assemblies requires absolute precision. In high-stakes machinery, engineers cannot rely on trial and error to see how a system moves. They have to mathematically guarantee the motion before they build it. They start by calculating the system's degrees of freedom. This is the total number of independent ways a mechanism or object can possibly move or rotate in space. Every physical joint, gear, or linkage you add to a mechanical system acts as a deliberate constraint. Each connection strips away a specific type of unpredictable movement. Engineers use formulas like the Grubler equation to tally up these constraints. By counting the rigid links and the joints connecting them, they calculate the exact degrees of freedom remaining in a two-dimensional planar mechanism. Getting this math right ensures that a complex machine will only ever move along the exact, singular path the engineer intended, eliminating the risk of chaotic, destructive motion. The ultimate realization of this math is modern robotics. Here, applied kinematics and degrees of freedom are calculated across multiple axes in three-dimensional space. To program a robotic arm, engineers use forward kinematics. By inputting the specific angle of every single joint along the arm, a computer calculates exactly where the gripper will end up in physical space. They also use the reverse process, known as inverse kinematics. In this case, you give the computer a desired final coordinate, and the software works backwards to determine exactly how every joint must bend to reach that spot. Mastering these dual calculations enables extreme physical precision. It allows heavy machines to operate safely in highly sensitive environments, like surgical robots operating inside the human body. Understanding gear trains, linkages, and kinematics provides the absolute control required to transmit, transform, and direct motion in any mechanical system we build. But what happens when meticulously calculated motion encounters unexpected forces in the real world? Next time, we will explore what happens when things go wrong through the study of vibration and NVH.